Welcome to Paranormal Nightshift, your home for everything that goes bump in the dark, and your fan stories told right here. Today's story comes from Kay, and it is titled, My Friend. Now, before we dive into tonight's story, I've got a little something to share with my fellow time travelers. Want to step up your paranormal game? Need more chills, thrills, and unexplained phenomena? Well, you're in luck. By joining the Paranormal Nightshift Patreon, you'll get exclusive early ad-free access to episodes, letting you jump straight into the spooky without any interruptions. As an example, it's kind of like skipping this ad you are listening to right now. But wait, there's more. Our Patreon members get first dibs on our latest ebook series, Paranormal Time Traveler. Follow our time-traveling investigator as they venture back to the creepiest corners of history to uncover listener-inspired mysteries. It's your ticket to an extra dose of the supernatural, inspired by you, our incredible night shifters. New episodes drop every Friday evening, with some surprise releases sprinkled in, so make sure you're tuned in and ready. Visit our Patreon link in the description, or head to patreon.com/paranormalnightshift. Join the Paranormal Nightshift family, where every twist and turn is only the beginning of the journey. All right, let's dive into tonight's story. I've always been a skeptic, a grounded realist in a world brimming with the supernatural. Yet, the events of that fateful night shattered the foundation of my disbelief, leaving me teetering on the edge of a reality I never thought possible. It was a crisp autumn evening, the kind that carries the promise of a crackling fire and a warm cup of cocoa. My friend, a man with an unyielding belief in the unseen, had been acting strangely. Usually the life of the party, he'd withdrawn into a shell of quiet introspection. His conversations had taken an eerie turn, filled with references to entities, spells, and a growing sense of unease. I tried to be understanding, attributing his behavior to stress, or perhaps a touch of madness, but as Halloween drew near, his demeanor took a darker turn. He spoke of impending doom, of an entity seeking him out, driven by a grudge born of a past he couldn't remember. To escape the growing tension, I decided to spend a few days at a nearby campground. The fresh air and solitude were a welcome respite from the unsettling atmosphere at home. My friend, despite my insistence, insisted on joining me, his presence casting a long shadow over our camping trip. The night before Halloween, a chill crept into the air, an unnatural coldness that seeped into my bones. My friend was agitated, his eyes darting nervously around the campsite. As darkness enveloped us, he retreated into his van, leaving me alone with my thoughts. It was then that I heard it, a soft creak, as if someone was entering my van. Fear, cold and sharp, gripped me as I strained to see in the darkness. A figure emerged from the shadows, its shape distorted and inhuman. It moved with unnatural grace, its eyes burning with an otherworldly intensity. Terror seized me as the creature lunged towards me. I screamed, the sound echoing in the still night. In that moment, I felt a surge of adrenaline, a primal instinct for survival. I fought back, my hands connecting with something solid. The creature stumbled backward, disappearing into the darkness. The next morning, I found my friend had passed in his van, his face contorted in a mask of terror. The cause of death was listed as a heart attack, but I knew the truth. He had encountered the same entity, the same malevolent force that had targeted me. In the weeks that followed, I was haunted by the events of that night. Sleep was elusive, filled with nightmares of the creature's haunting presence. My cat, a normally playful companion, grew withdrawn, its behavior mirroring my own unease. The anniversary of my friend's pass approached, and with it, A wave of dread washed over me. I was alone, vulnerable, and haunted by the fear of what might happen next. The creature, whatever it was, seemed to be drawn to me, a silent predator circling its prey. As Halloween drew near, I found myself caught in a web of fear and uncertainty. The rational part of me urged me to seek professional help, to find a logical explanation for the unexplainable, but another part of me, a part I had long suppressed, acknowledged the possibility of the supernatural, of forces beyond our understanding. The line between the world of the living and the dead had blurred, and I was trapped in the unsettling twilight between the two. Remember, if you want to support the show, head on over to our Patreon page. Your contributions help us keep the lights on, the stories flowing, and the time traveler fueled up for his next adventure. But hey, if you can't support us financially, no worries. Just sharing the show with a friend or rating us on your favorite podcast platform goes a long way. And if you've got a spooky story of your own, we'd love to hear it. Share it with us right here on Paranormal Nightshift. You never know, your story might just become the next chapter in the Paranormal Time Traveler series and told here on the show. Until next time, keep your eyes peeled for the unexplained, your ears open for the unheard, and your minds open to the possibilities.